Well, it's that time of the month again, and it's actually getting pretty late. So late, I actually almost forgot to do this. But, yes, if you haven't, those of you who don't know, at the end of every month, I talk about an arc in One Piece that I've been going since the very beginning back in January, and now we continue on with the arc of this month. So, good evening. And if you recall last week, we entered the Grand Line via Reverse Mountain, as well as got swallowed up by a big old gigantic whale. But here, we enter Whiskey Peak. So, the Whiskey Peak arc is the 8th story in One Piece. It's pretty short, only 9 chapters, 4 anime episodes. But what really makes this arc great is the pacing. It's not because it's short either. It's because this arc is just complete fun action from like beginning to end. And it is just awesome. It is. Let's see, some highlights of this arc that are definitely worth noting. Well, for one thing, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami they steal the show in this arc. The chemistry that all three of them have between each other is just hilarious in the best possible way. But speaking of those three, particularly one of them, this is definitely Zoro's arc to shine. It is. I mean, to put things into perspective, Whiskey Peak is when Baroque Works is finally revealed, as well as this arc really does set up a lot of what's to come in the Alabasta saga. Basically, we really get an opportunity to understand why Zoro does some of the things he does. Because, for those of you who don't know, Zoro actually sleeps a lot. And he does that so at night, he can actually stay awake and protect his friends. Which is exactly what he needed to do, because Whiskey Peak is a very dangerous island filled with bounty hunters and Baroque Works agents who basically, they find pirates, they party, marry, hey, let's have fun. And when they're drunk and they're asleep, they either rob them or kill them or whatever. But naturally, Zoro wasn't having any of it. Literally one of the best moments in the arc is when Zoro says, "You guys actually tried to recruit me. I said, make me the boss and I'll do it." Needless to say, that didn't go well for the guy who tried to recruit him. So, if you guys remember the church scene in Kingsman, this arc did that well over a decade well over a decade before that. Because Zoro proceeds to fight 100 Baroque Works agents and bounty hunters. He is essentially like a kid in a candy store. And he is just making them all look like amateurs. And it is amazing. Another important moment in this arc is we actually get to meet or learn who Miss Wednesday really is. I mean, she was in Reverse Mountain, but for the most part, she was just sort of there. But it turns out that she is Princess Nefertari Vivi, who is the princess of Alabasta, the namesake saga that we are in right now. And we'll get to the namesake arc in a couple of months. And basically, this arc sets up who the leader of Baroque Works is, which turns out to be Sir Crocodile, aka Mr. Zero. Yeah, I once said this in a video a while back, but the way Baroque works, that's kind of weird, is like the very top agents are usually a man and a woman partner. And the male or the man is assigned a number and the woman is assigned a holiday. That's why Princess Vivi was known as Miss Wednesday, because she was originally Miss Wednesday. And sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. Speaking of which, the main antagonists are Mr. Five and Miss... Son of a gun, I forgot. Sorry. But, yeah, they're the main antagonists, but Luffy and Zoro not come out. And that's actually another thing. This is the first time in the arc where thanks to a misunderstanding, we actually have our first fight between two Strata members, between Luffy and Zoro. And they actually straight up want to kill each other. But in the end, it's all in good fun. There's a great moment where they basically, like, get out of the way to, like, two Baroque Works agents, and they just completely fly him away. It's awesome. But, literally the end of this arc is when it gets to the best, because we get to meet, like, the number one female in Baroque Works. See, Crocodile is known as Mr. Zero, but, the female partner of Mr. Zero is Miss All Sunday, who, spoiler, later becomes the 7th Straw Hat member, Nico Robin. And she really came across as like a femme fatale, just some sort of calm, cool, collective woman who had a very intriguing devil fruit power too. In fact, come to think of it, she was technically like the 5th devil fruit power that we know, even though it wasn't technically named or revealed yet. One design flaw that I have noticed over the years is Nico Robin originally had like a tan complexion, but ever since they entered like the new world, not only does she pass for white, you never would have thought she was tan in the first place. That's just something that a lot of One Piece fans have noticed. So, yes, this arc was a lot of fun. It really set up a lot of events for what's to come in the upcoming arcs. Although, if you guys are missing Usopp and Sanji, they were asleep because they fell for what Baroque Works did. But that's okay, because that gives the next couple arcs, that gives them moments in the next couple of arcs for them to shine. And boy, do they ever. So, yeah, again, this is only 9 manga chapters, 4 anime episodes. Not particularly long, but it's a lot of fun. Man, an arc only consisting of 9 chapters. Meanwhile, you get to the new world, you get to, like, Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island and Wano, where 70 or bust, baby. Ah, boy. I really like doing this. It sort of helps, like, move the year along a little bit, too. Plus, the way I've designed this series of videos is, it'll actually be this time around, too. It'll actually be around this time 2 years from now, and I'll be talking about Wano, I believe. Yeah, I really think I'll be talking about Wano. So, that's going to be fun. Like, favorite, share, subscribe button, follow me on social media, notification, YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hoping you had a wonderful Monday. You know, happy last day of August of 2020. I almost said July right there. Why did I do that? And remember, if you guys want to talk or channel, who's going to be here to lend an arrows to be back. Take care and make good choices. Now, if you excuse me, I'm actually kind of tired and I really got to get to bed. See ya.